Today I realized that living in another country also means that you don't know who will be there to help you. And that's a hard price to pay when you're an immigrant. So today where I live, yesterday, there's been a landslide, heavy rains, landslide, people got trapped, it was heavy. And when things like that happen, you understand that not only you feel sad for all those things that happen, but also you feel disorientated because you no longer have the reference that you used to, that you knew what will happen in these situations. Even if the system in the place that you live was flawed, that you complain about the system all the time, but you know what to expect. So then you had a way to go around it already set up in your mind beforehand. But where you're in a brand new country, even if you're living there for a while, it's still very unfamiliar and very unsecure. You don't know what to expect, who would be there, and most importantly, how seriously will they take whatever is happening. And it was quite sad what happened, was really heavy. And then when we see how the help goes around, how they act, and you kind of, man, it doesn't resonate with what you used to. And that kind of puts you in a desperate situation. And not only in big tragedies like that, but also like when your kid is sick and you need to rely on the health system in the country that you live. Again, doesn't matter how good it was back in your country, it's different. So you have to adjust. And in my experience, that was 100% the biggest culture shock that I had moving here to New Zealand, is the way they approach health issues. Because where I'm from is they want to prevent, and here they act on when things are already happening. And that is the same with tragedies like that. That's the way I'm witnessing. And it kind of makes you desperate. And man, why wouldn't they do this like that? How you think that that's the right way to do it. But then you have to realize, right? Because you live in another country, so you have to adjust to the whole spectrum, right? The whole culture, ways of living. It's a whole lot of things that you need to adjust yourself. And then there are three things that I think you need to do so you can cope with this desperation that it's shaky ground. I mean, you don't know what to expect, right? So number one, you gotta accept. You gotta just adapt and accept that you're living in another country, and the worst thing that you could do is to keep comparing. Oh yeah, so back home they would do that differently, and so on. And man, you need to adapt, you need to accept, and you need to understand that that's how things are done where you live now. And that's number one. Number two, you have to have that mental plan of according to what these things that they offer here, right? So who to call, where to go to, what to expect, if you need to do something in your house, to go around the system, because that's how things are. You cannot do anything different. You're not going to change the system. It doesn't matter how hard you want to, and then you think that will be better for the good of all the people. It's not going to change because of you. So you need to adapt. You came to a different country, so you need to adapt, even for the bad things. So you've got to have the mental plan for it. And number three, control what you can control, which in this case is you. So keep a clear mind, focus on your presence and your decisions, and just be calm, because that's what your kids expect from you, right? Your kids, they don't expect you to be a superhero that has all the answers. They just want you to be that steady, place, that safe harbor when things are shaky, when there's a shaky ground. They know they can rely on you to be steady, right? So if you're an immigrant, you know what I'm talking about. You understand what that feeling is, and it's hard, man. I mean, being a parent is hard in its own on its own, and being an immigrant dad, being an immigrant parent just adds layers and layers of difficulty. And we are heroes, man. I mean, look at what we're doing here for our families. And we came here, we all, at least the majority of people that I talked to, they came to another country for freedom, right? To have a freer life, a more carefree life. To, in my case, was to raise my kids free range, as I usually say. But there's, so you have to change too. There are things that you need to accept to do that. Fortunately or unfortunately, that's the reality, and you need to. And I'm sure you weigh it in, and you understand that it's it's a great decision for you and your family, but doesn't make it less harder. So if you relate and you want to keep this discussion, this channel is for you, man. I mean, just follow. I'm here every week with new things to talk about, being a dad, being an immigrant dad. So yeah, click that follow button to get more of these videos. And this is a discussion, right? So if you have any questions, if you want to share your own experience, or something happened in the country that you live in at the moment, or things that you miss back home, yeah, make sure to comment and let's discuss, right? So that's what we're here for, support each other. All right, see you in the next one. Cheers.